Of all the works, of all your works, be it cooperative learning, multiple intelligences, brain friendly, you focus on structures and teamwork and thinking skills. But that one piece of your work that stands out quite different from all this stuff is win-win discipline. It's amazing work. I just wish that all educators, all practitioners have it in their toolkit as well. Maybe you can share with us your thought or thinking that went into coming out with such a seminal piece of work.
Win-win discipline was based in part on my clinical experience. And as a clinician, we look beyond behavior and we look at why the person is doing what they're doing. And what we did when we applied that idea to the classroom, we looked beyond the disruptive behavior to the position of the student. Why are they being disrupted? So, for example, a student is acting like a clown. We could focus just on the behavior and punish them for their disruptive behavior, or we could look beyond the behavior to why. And usually if they're acting like a clown, they're probably seeking the attention of their peers, or maybe even the attention of the teacher. Now, if a student's seeking attention in a disruptive way, our job becomes easy. All we need to do is teach them ways to get attention in responsible ways. Students can easily recognize, oh, that's a disruptive way to get attention, and this is a responsible way to get attention. And they can be coached and trained and encouraged to discover and to use responsible ways to get their needs met. So what we did in Win-Win Discipline is we looked at all the different types of disruptive behaviors, and we found we could easily categorize them into 4 types. We used an ABCD model. They're either being aggressive, they're breaking the rules, they're confronting the teacher, or they're disengaged. But it turns out you can engage in any of those kind of behaviors for any of a number of reasons, and we came up with 7 different kinds of positions of the students. And those positions account for most all the reasons why students are disruptive. So we teach the students ways to get those needs met in responsible ways. Now, Win-Win is a very comprehensive approach because we took a before, during, and after model. We look at what are all the things we can do before a disruption occurs to prevent the likelihood of a disruption. If, for example, students are being disrupted to get attention, before they're ever disruptive, we use their names, we ask them how they're doing outside of school, we give them a time pair share to share with we give them ways of getting that need for attention met so they don't have to be disruptive to get attention. During a disruption, we have our structures, we have discipline structures. How do we respond to the student in that moment? And it's never with, well, let me punish you, you're being disruptive. Let me guide you to a more responsible way. So, for example, the teacher might say, seeing disruptive behavior, might say, I want you to stop a second. I want you to picture, what would it be like if you were acting responsibly right now? And let the student come up with the answer. What are they doing? They're engaging in the mental process of coming up with a responsible alternative. When that's done repeatedly, they internalize that and they begin to act more responsibly on their own. And then, of course, we have follow-ups. What do you do if the student's been disruptive repeatedly, and we have chats with them, we teach them more responsible ways to behave, and so on. So we look at behaviors, we look at positions, we look at before, during, and after, so it becomes quite a comprehensive work. But just like our other work, you don't have to master all of it to make a huge difference. with a few good moment of disruption strategies and a number of preventative procedures, you make a huge difference.